Well, how you feeling? Growing number of folks around northern Michigan tonight might answer that question with not so great. It's evident at schools, workplaces, more than a few people out sick with similar symptoms. So we sat down with the Northern Michigan Emergency Room physician to answer some of our viewers' most pressing questions.
Just in the last 1 to 2 weeks, we've seen a lot of respiratory illness, upper respiratory congestion, cough, sore throat, but even the lower respiratory illness, shortness of breath, a deep rattling in the chest.
Ask most folks around, they'll call it the crud. But doctors like McLaren's Jonathan Altieri tend to use a little more specific terms for what's showing up at the emergency room.
And right now, we're starting to see that influenza A, RSV, and even COVID making another appearance all at the same time, that trifecta.
The trifecta. Each can make you feel crummy, but some slightly different symptoms, and it's hard to know which is taking its toll on you.
When COVID surfaced, we were able to test and find out, are you COVID positive or negative? We don't really have that accessibility to the public for influenza or RSV to be able to go to a pharmacy or a drugstore and get a at-home swab.
So if you feel sick, take a COVID test. But you can't really test for the others at home. So the doctor's advice?
If you're not having labored breathing, you're not having chest pain, dizziness, or fevers that aren't improving with Tylenol or Motrin, it's safe to hunker down at home.
But if you are having those severe symptoms, call your doctor. COVID numbers around the state are low compared to what we've seen in the past. But there has been an uptick in recent weeks. So that's floating around out there. So is RSV, and the flu has arrived as well. A reminder.
You ask any doctor, how do you protect yourself against flu? It's get a flu shot. It's not too late.
But if you're already feeling lousy, regardless of the respiratory cause, there are things we may have learned from COVID that still apply now. Wash your hands. If you're coughing, mask up, and let your body set your boundaries.
So what we've learned since the COVID era is that it's okay to be ill, but it's not okay to be ill and go expose other people. So when you do feel unwell, I think it's become very normal that people are okay if you call them and tell them, I'm not going to make it to work today. I'm feeling ill. I don't want to get you sick and take you out of the game.
Again, the advice, evaluate your symptoms, and if you can, check with your primary care doctor before going to the emergency room so as not to create an overflow problem there. Wash your hands, and if you're sick, stay home.